Round 15 of action. BPL22 getting underway. It is the Melbourne Pulse up against the the Geelong Jets up against the Melbourne eXtreme. I was just reading Melbourne Pulse on my sheet, going full Ron Burgundy. The Geelong Jets, Melbourne eXtreme, once again on our Rinkside Live rink here at Club Pioneer Rivers. Val Febo here alongside Matt Lucas and Connor Munning. Gentlemen, welcome.
Well, 60% of the time you're right all the time.
Yep. And I have no idea where we're going with that, but let's just ignore the bloopers because it was bound to happen once or twice this competition, and it's already probably happened a little bit more than that. But Jamie Lee Warsnop leading up for Paul Foster and Jack McShane leading up for Nick Carl for the eXtreme. On the bench, Aaron Wilson for the Jets and Brianna Smith for the eXtreme. The coaches, Matty Flapper for Geelong, and for Melbourne it is Mark Bullows. All right. Those are the teams. Nick Carl, Brianna Smith, Jack McShane. There they are, all smiling, happy, because you know why? They're sitting pretty. They're sitting in fourth on the ladder, looking to really entrench themselves. And we've got a milestone coming up tonight, which will be the 3rd match of the evening. Dawn Heyman will notch up 150 games. And for 4 different franchises. Played in 3 for the Perth Suns, 1 for the Lions, 1 for the Pirates, and then she played in 3 for the Sydney Saints. So Connor Munnings, his food has finally buzzed after, I think he ordered that about 45 minutes ago, so he's finally got it. So Connor will go and grab his food. So I'll look after the cameras as well, because that's just the multifaceted individual that I am.
All right, you're going to leave me one out coming?
No. I can talk and walk, right. Talk and switch. Have done so or a few times anyway.
The man of many talents, Val.
No, I'm just tooting my horn to try and make up for my blunder at the start of the broadcast.
No, you're doing a fine job, mate. Making my job very easy, that's for sure. Leading me in. So we see Nick Carl just squeeze past, get in amongst those 3 Geelong Jets bowls. But no doubt Fozzie was eyeing off, get the jack down there. This one just taking off pretty quickly.
Oh.
A little back edge, got a second shot out of that. Nick will still be down on the forehand, drawing as close as possible.
Once this bowl lies to rest, we'll go through the ladder because the Melbourne eXtreme recorded a really vital win against the Tweed Ospreys in the last match. They lost the first set 10-2 on the TV rink, which is the Ospreys' specialty rink here. And Brianna Smith, Nick Carl, and Jack McShane came back to win it in a tiebreak. That is a rarity to do that against the Ospreys on that rink that they have dominated on for such a long time. Paul Foster. That is...
there's a bit going on there.
Pretty good, we think. Not sure if he's 1 up or 1 down.
Marker indicating 1 to the extreme.
So that's a good result. What does Nick do here? Does he just come on the forehand, play this one around?
Yeah, this will be a gentle draw. Doesn't want to turn the outside bowl over once.
Connor has just walked in with the biggest of pizzas that I think I've ever seen in my life. Even Brianna's shocked.
Great effort there from Nick. Really good speed. eXtreme get away with 1 there after a good shot from Paul Foster. They open their account the first end.
That's why having bowls past the head is always handy. So, the ladder at the conclusion of the opening end here. The Moama Steamers, they are 1 win away from pretty much guaranteeing their spot in the finals. 12 wins will generally get you in 13 will all but guarantee it. The Suns, Perth, well, the Gold Coast won a final this year in the AFL. Can the Perth Suns win one in the BPL? They've been there since APL 1, never won one. Every other team has. Can they join the fray? The Sydney Lions, they are sitting in third position at 8-6, finally got a win. They were in a very dangerous position at 7-6, and it was looking quite ugly, but they got over the top of the Saints. The eXtreme in fourth, 8-6. The Pulse, where have they come from? 8-6 in fifth. Then going to the Ospreys in sixth on 7-7. Same with the Pirates in seventh and the Jets in eighth. So the Jets really need to win this as well to get their ledger back into the positives. The Hawks 6-8. The Pioneers 6-8, 9th and 10th. Not completely out of it either. Pioneers need a couple of straight sets wins. The Tridents and Saints, well, I think we can call curtains on their campaigns at BPL 22 because there's 8 matches left. They can only get a maximum of 12 wins, and it's very, very rare that you're going to be winning 8 in a row. So I think we can call out the Tridents and the Saints. So they'll just be ladder shapers for the rest of the competition.
Yeah, you can certainly still have some impact in the way the top 5 form from those positions.
So we saw the Geelong Jets play quite well on this rink this morning up against the Sydney Saints, but the Saints were able to come back and really turn the momentum around, weren't they? I thought they were quite impressive to get that win over the Jets, who quietly snuck into third on the overnight table. Yet to salute, I think they maybe won one match. Oh no, they've lost all 3 today, actually.
Yeah. They won their match last night.
Against the Pioneers. Well, looking like they were closing in on a victory against the Sydney Saints, and all of a sudden went awry. Nick Carl looking focused as he makes his way down against Paul Foster, who was performing at international level before Nick was even born. Just shows the quality that Paul Foster has possessed for such a long period of time. Nick Carl. Oh, that'll do.
Just advanced past the front bowl. Even tipping it a little bit further away from the jack. Paul Foster on the forehand. Needs just to hold on. Just turning across the head. And getting into a nasty little spot there for Nick. He might just have to turn over to the forehand side here as well.
But if he can tuck the jack away.
Yeah, so you can see Jack McShane there standing down near the tee, but definitely the high side of the tee, so sort of motioning to Nick to not be into the front bowls there, which he's managed to miss everything. Didn't want to drop that front bowl down.
And Carl and Brianna Smith already know each other quite well, having travelled to Belfast for the World Bowls Junior Indoor Championships in 2022. Brianna won a gold medal there, and speaking of gold medals, a man that's won a lot of them, Paul Foster. That's a great effort. Not sure if he's made one though.
No, I think it's still Jack McShane's bowl. It's a shot bowl. Taking the punt, land him your 4, sticking him straight past the jack. Any movement onto the jack is going to potentially be a 2 with 1 to come. Yeah, Nick's a little bit tight. to the front.
Same bowl called from Jamie Lee Warsnott. Can Paul Foster conjure, telling it to move. Oh, he's not a mile away, but it's going to just drop into the front. And Nick Carl and Jack McShane keep their unblemished record in this contest alive. 2-0 after 2. No power plays called as of yet from Matty Flapper. Nickname Reg is Jack McShane.
Where's that come from?
Middle name is Reginald.
Okay.
It's another name in there as well.
Reginald. Don't hear that too often these days.
No, I like it though. Big fan of the Reg.
Little inside half. He's killing all the speed on that bowl from JL. Would have been perfect. Perfect weight again. Almost tempted to call this the JL rink. She's played a couple of games on it now and gone really well.
Yeah, she's been very impressive, hasn't she?
Gary Kelly's had some brilliant performances on this rink as well. His first game probably not so much, but his last two have been quite impressive. Great display of driving. Nick on the backhand. Got it out on a nice line. Just wants it to work back if he gets a little toucher of the jack. He's played it very well. Not easy to find the centre line on that backhand heading away. He's done a good job there.
Yeah, I think this is probably the most assured that Nick Carl has looked on this rink so far. We've called the eXtreme twice, one of which was against the Jets yesterday, and someone looked all at sea. Speaking of not looking all at sea, Paul Foster, MBE.
Nick definitely looking to make a bit of an impact here. I think he's just underplayed it Oh, he had really good position down the back there. I think he would like that one back. Play with a little bit more vigour. You can see now Paul Foster will be trying to cover those two Jack McShane bowls. He's done a good job of that. Jack's saying, love your speed now, and that's probably because he just wants to touch the Jack a foot more than be aggressive and get it into the ditch now that Paul's got great position at the back of the rink.
Find those two Jack McShane bowls waiting in the wings. I think these are going to turn a little bit more, and you can see it happening. So Paul Foster with an opportunity to net the Jets second. Good to see Ben Twist and Jared Beath watching on. Ben supporting his fiancée Brianna, and Jared also a club mate of Bree at St John's Park. The Melbourne eXtreme looking at keep their charge alive. They've always played well at Club Pine Rivers. They've played in 4 editions here as that one just misses. So 1 to the Jets. Power play called by Mark Bullows. So double shots on offer for the eXtreme. 2-1 after 3. And yeah, the Melbourne eXtreme have had a few flings at Pine Rivers. BPL 15 where they made the grand final in their second event. Jesse Cattell having to come in for an ill Carla Krasanik on finals night and made the trip up the highway and did quite well. Not overawed by the situation, and they just fell to the pulse. Then they missed in BPL 16, but BPL 18 made the grand final again. Ali Forsyth, Maddie Flapper and Kylie Lavis. Kylie an all-star on debut. And then last year at BPL 20, they finished in the top 5, won the first set against the Pioneers in the final before, or the elimination final before Adelaide did what Adelaide do best. That's win a final.
Right, so as we've seen a fair bit on this rink now, we're going with the mat right up, Jack on the tee, very short end. Another good shot from Jack.
Troy Corber calls him the human metronome. He's just so methodical in his release, and he is a future superstar of this game. Well, he already is one. He's the here and now, not just the future. Jamie Lee, here and now. Very close. There's no real target to play to because it is still a relatively bare Jack.
Yeah, Jack trying to get this bowl to hang on for a little bit longer. All 3 bowls just crossing the centre line by a foot. Foster's first bowl, just gliding through the head. Pretty nice speed at it. Now Nick is out there trying to turn back towards the jack. Wants a touch of it. Just going underneath. He got just a feather on the jack.
Yeah, so spray does come out. That is, his bowls are wide turners, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. When they're coming to rest, they're really sort of whipping in sideways. Actually sets up pretty good for this particular head, you know, for him to really just die underneath that bowl short of jack high on the way in. Get a nice little side toucher on the jack here to make a 4.
And that would be a huge 4 as well, because it is a power play for the Melbourne eXtreme.
He's still asking this to hold out.
Yep, oh no.
I think he's going to get into the front bowl, turn it over.
That's somewhat cataclysmic. But then again, if they drop a 1 on this end, it's not, yes, it's their power play, but still it'd be even going into the last end. So you'd almost, if it is a 1 down, it's not the end of the world, but Paul Foster doesn't need many more invitations. So can Nick still get around to tuck that jack?
Well, he's got the bowls to do it. I think he's...
Even if he sort of can...
Yeah, you could just hear the conversation there between the two of them. So it's not the end of the world, dropping a 1 and having last bowl for the last end. But he'd much rather touch the jack, I'm sure.
Oh, he's got in. Can he touch the jack at all? Oh, not enough. So 1 will double to 2 for the Melbourne eXtreme. And they'll take a 4-1 lead going into the final end of the first set. And that will be a power play to the Geelong Jets. So what they need is a 2 on their power play, because that'll double to 4 and put them up 5 shots to 4 with the end of the set looming. But 4-1 to the eXtreme. They've been really solid so far. This is the best that they've played on this rink throughout the entirety of the competition so far. It would be the perfect way for them to finish the day, that's for sure.
Yeah, interesting. Nick looked a little bit disappointed with that. I mean, I think, still you'd still much rather be defending a 1 on the last end than being, down with the last bowl. Unless his frustration was that he didn't maybe get the maximum result out of that.
Because he was close on a lot of those occasions, really. Yeah. The first one was mightily close.
Yeah, the little toucher.
Yeah, that didn't look like a toucher. Or Jamie Lee. Well, it didn't move as far as I thought it was going to, so there's still plenty of room for the man nicknamed Reg. Browner looking very nervous on the bench next to us. That's a very handy bowl from Jack McShane. Watched him grow over the last 18 months into such a wonderful player, and it was that AO Pairs final. Put him and Joey Clark into another stratosphere, and he's just gone on to win almost everything. Indoors win, indoors runner-up, World Bowls Indoor Championships win, Oceania Challenge gold medal. So he's gone and represented Australia overseas as well. Went over with the development squad to New Zealand last year for Oceania. Good leading.
Pretty fair effort here from Jamie.
Yeah, this is looking like it might be the best of the lot.
Yeah. There's a bit of a tightrope down there, that line. She walked along that perfectly.
So Nick Carl and Paul Foster, 6 bowls to come in set number 1. This will determine a lot. eXtreme desperate to get off to a good start. They won the first set against Moama in emphatic fashion before Aaron Sheriff got on with the last bowl of the tie-break, and then they lost the first set against the Ospreys and came back and won that in a tie-break. Their tie-break records have been quite spectacular so far. I think only losing 2. Paul Foster. Oh, he's promoted that a little bit too far, but it's in a good spot. Nick going to remain. Can Nick Carl keep this at a 1? Is it going to come back? If you are Nick, are you thinking about possibly changing hands with your last?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, there is room to draw there right now.
And the problem is he can't go big at this because you can see on the sort of where Jamie Lee's foot is, you can see one of her bowls. So they've got the back, actually the respot if he does go big. Would lie 1 on it, but he'll just want to get 1 in here.
Yeah, just a 4-hand draw shot, that's the right call. I mean, if he draws a shot and if he touches the jack, it's all well and good.
He's close.
Wanting it to hold on a little bit.
Oh, but they're turning. They are turning.
Hang around for us. Yeah.
Oh, and this is now a big opportunity for the Geelong Jets.
Sort of sets up another visual there for Paul Foster to just beat that bowl on the draw on the backhand.
Oh, this is like showing peas for Paul Foster to win the opening set.
He's out there a little bit wider than usual.
I don't think he's done it.
No.
And that is a sigh of relief for the Melbourne eXtreme. 1 double to 2. The Club Sunbury franchise take the opening stanza. 4 shots to 3. Low scoring affair, but enjoyable nonetheless. Substitutions being made. Aaron Wilson is coming on. And Jack McShane will remain on the rink. Brianna Smith will make her injection into the game at the conclusion of this end. Jack also recently made his New South Wales Open debut. Test series against Victoria. Fair to say that it'll be the first of many.
Yeah, another good start there from Jack McShane. It's one of those ones that's just starting to build the head. It's not probably going to be enough to be the boss at the end of the end. As we see Disco drawing a front toucher right in front of the jack, and that one could very well be the boss at the end. Jack just coming up short of the shot bowl, sort of protecting it a little bit now. So it means that Paul Foster puts his foot right on the free spot. Says, Disco, you do your best to draw there, and look at that. Well, they're two cracking bowls, last two bowls from Aaron Disco Wilson. Nearly the perfect set there. Sometimes this is where some players will just take the opportunity to have a rumble at the front and try and change the head in that fashion, but quite often you can play a draw shot to this that instantly changes. I don't think it takes one bowl too to play a really good draw shot like Nick Cale's doing here. What's he done?
It's just fallen back in Disco's, but it's opened things up a lot for the eXtreme. I thought Disco's was going to just roll one more, and it decided, no, I don't want to move.
Well, and that's the case in point right there. Nick plays a good draw shot. You're actually still a chance to turn the head over with a nice draw shot like that.
Oh,
wow,
that is special from Paul Foster.
But instantly, you know, Nick's first question to Jack is, can I get something off the bowl I just played? So you don't get that luxury to play this shot if you don't back yourself to play a good draw shot and just fatten the head up a little bit with that first bowl. So go ahead now, Nick, and take advantage of it. Want it to be good. Calling it to be good. Oh, what a fantastic shot, Nick Cale.
He's done it twice and still just hasn't been lucky enough to get the result.
He's still 2 down. That's very unlucky result.
But again, he's opened it up. Paul going to get a little rub. And that'll end up in a pretty good spot as well. So, what's Nick going to do here? Is he going to go big?
Oh.
If he hits it with enough pace, if he can just hit these balls, the jack might squirt to the bottom right of screen.
I'm going to say that he could potentially get all 3 bowls here. If he gets the...
And not move the jack?
Yeah, I think he can get the black part of Paul Foster's last bowl.
Nick Cale.
Oh, he just got it a bit fat. That was a toucher that went into the ditch as well. Not Nick's bowl.
But how far away was it? So just the one?
Just the one down, yep.
So that was a really good end from Nick Cale without getting a result. He'll be boiled by that. Or buoyed by that.
He might be boiling about it, you never know.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bit happening here too.
No. What's Paul Foster done here? Has he made this worse for the Jets?
Jack just checking out that bowl that went in. It wasn't a toucher.
And, well, Paul sends the eXtreme into the lead. Substitutions on. Brianna Smith will come on for Nick Cale, so Jack McShane. And look at Jack, just bringing Nick's bowls back to him. Very gentlemanly of Jack.
Gentleman Jack. Yeah, interesting. I mean, surely there was value in Fozzie playing that bowl out of the head. And you know, in that scenario, I often say you know, and by his own standards, I'm sure Paul will agree that he's not backing himself to miss by that far. So it's not really an option unless you really sort of have a bit of a malfunction in your swing. And if that's going to happen, you probably just cop it, because more often than not, he's going to be right in the area, just missing or getting that, and those nasty results like that aren't really an option. So you just suck it up.
Yep.
Move on.
Well, Brianna now leading against someone that she knows quite well in Aaron Wilson. Both from New South Wales. Disco Victorian originally from Bendigo. Born right across the road from where the Bendigo Bowls Club is. So Brianna and Ben having their engagement party over the weekend. Exciting time for the two of them. Has Disco gone through? Yeah, that'll do. Has fallen out though. Still one.
Nice start to this head for the Geelong Jets. Jack McShane now skipping. Looking down on the forehand to arrive, land on a shot bowl or trail the jack. He's playing a little bit more weight than that. Looking to really bin the jack. Oh, he's got a wick off the wide bowl.
Has the jack...
The jack has just stayed in, I think.
Has.
It's about a foot or so inside of the rink on the backhand side. Now we know that this side of the green has been troubling some players. As soon as they get out a bit wide, it doesn't want to turn so much. They'll have to be really diligent about the line he plays here. He's played it pretty well. Paul Foster just needs to run. No, it's not a bad start. Jack McShane's down a pretty good track here. He's just going to find his way to Fozzie's first bowl. Yeah. Definitely made a correction for his line. It's just whether or not it wants to turn enough. I think it will. Oh, he's played a cracker. Absolute cracker.
A ripper from Paul Foster.
Only a couple of inches off the ditch. And will definitely take some beating. It's probably more of a land on the bowl and stay kind of shot now for Jack McShane. But by the same token, he doesn't want to leave too much room for Paul Foster to just draw a third.
He's not overly pleased. So this is a big chance for the Geelong Jets.
Been a bit unfortunate, Jack, too. There hasn't been any breeze this morning, and you just feel it as he released that bowl. Whether it had an impact or not, I'm not sure.
As Paul Foster got it, Disco's fingers up in the air halfway down the rink.
Yep.
That's because he's made a three. And they take the lead to the Geelong Jets for the first time in any of the sets. 3 shots to 1 after 2. And
Fellows playing the power play. The eXtreme, Melbourne eXtreme power play.
double shots on offer. And been alerted to give a shout out to Jerome Squiggly back home from Nick Carl. He's not doing so well, but they're thinking of him and love from the eXtreme.
That's most definitely a stitch up.
He's laughing, so
Yeah.
I was told to do it.
If you'd have showed me, I'd have told you it was a stitch up.
And apparently I've ruined it too.
Oh, okay.
I need to be prepped.
So Brianna Smith into the game. And their first bowl just survives at the back of the rink. We've seen plenty of jacks flying around on this rink, so any bowl that takes up residency down by the ditch will be well and truly in the game.
Brianna Smith. Going to get another one behind. So this is pretty good homes at the back of the rink. And although they might be a little bit behind, they can definitely be used and utilised. Double shots on offer for the Melbourne eXtreme. They need to cash in. They want to go into tonight's session happy. They're not playing in the evenings, so they don't want to have to stew on a loss. They've finally got themselves into the top 5. You see Jack McShane dropping in for shot there. His backhand. Foster following him down. Looks pretty close. Arms are out by Disco. That is superb. So, one bowl left for Jack McShane on the power play.
Yeah. just looking at the way Jack's sort of
Timeout call.
Calling a timeout. Good idea. I think Jack likes the look of this. Sometimes shots just sort of suit your eye, and Jack was instantly saying, I'm going to get up there, I'm going to get the corner of this bowl or get the corner of the Jack. And if he manages to get to the Jack, he can make as many as 5.
Mm-hmm. Jack McShane, he's watching intently.
He needs it to turn, doesn't he? Oh, he's going to need luck.
Oh, hello.
Oh, it's probably a just result.
Yep. One down. So it looked like that might have gone their way for a second. And the Jets survive. They lead at 4-1, 2 ends to go. The Extreme need a lot to go their way now in this second set.
Yeah, that was nearly the set point.
Yeah.
Neck cord, that one.
Yeah. Almost match point on a power play. What an enjoyable match this has been for the afternoon. 59 minutes is when the broadcast kicks off. Sky Sports NZ, Fox KO. Of course, you can sign up $1 on your KO subscription if you've never signed up before. Man alive. Why didn't I get those deals when I signed up?
Yeah, I think I got a little month free or something like that when I first signed up.
Yeah, no, I was one of the first ones to jump on, and yeah, it was a little bit dirty on that. Never got a free month. So if the good people at Hubble would like to offer me one of those, I'll
Oh, you're doing a good job
gladly save the
promoting
money.
it.
Yeah, I
Why
know.
not? Yeah.
I love KO. F1, footy, cricket, Kerry O'Keefe in the summer.
Lawn bowls?
Exactly right. AO and BPL, and of course the bowl show.
Yes.
I'm on KO.
You're on the bowl
I'm
show.
actually on it. Why wouldn't I like
Oh,
it?
that's where I've seen you before.
Me and Jordan Canellis talking crap. It's good fun. It's a great show, the bowl show, and sheds a light. You know, if you forget things that happen, we'll be covering a lot of the BPL in next year's edition. But you know, there's a lot of good stories that get shown on the bowl show, as well as match replays and things like that. Jack McShane, that's worthy of the bowl show. What's in? It's getting to that time of the week, ladies and gentlemen. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. So Paul Foster. Well, they're holding 3 here.
Yeah, I don't think they're holding 3
Not anymore. They might be 1 down. They might be, not yet. They've got last bowl, though, the Extreme, which I think is going to help. Like, Jack can sit that bowl and stick around for 4. A big collect is what the eXtreme need if they're to win this set and stroll into the moonlight.
Needs to get down just a little bit high. Great attempt, great speed at it.
Well, I got the respot.
Yep.
But I don't think we're going to need it.
Well, it depends on what Fozzie does with this.
Yeah. Very quick on the mat, Paul Foster.
It's looking like he's down a pretty good track again.
This might be a better track, but has he got the length?
I don't think he's got the legs. Okay, well... Still playing the same kind of shot down the backhand. Well, on its way.
Jack McShane.
Asking it to turn. Man, like a lot of bowls down that side. It's just a little bit lazier.
It's one to the eXtreme. But you know what? Well, a two is doable. There's always a two.
Yep, this is a Jets power play.
But inconsequential because they're in front.
Yep.
That's a great start from Brianna Smith. So a two needed by the Melbourne eXtreme. And that'll put them in with a victory and a 9-6 ledger going into Thursday. The Jets looking to go 8-7 and level things up with the eXtreme. That's not bad from Aaron Wilson. Two lead bowls, superb. Up first at 3 o'clock will be the Hawks and Pioneers. Fox KO Sky Sports NZ. Oh, Brianna, what has she done? So they need a two. What are you favouring, Matty? Are you on a tie break or?
Well, can I tell you after this bowl?
You can. It's cheating, but I'll let you.
Well, maybe not then. Disco, I don't think he likes it. If he bins that, we're going on a tie break. Bree's got to change over here, go down the forehand side, trying to land the bowl, tidy this up, take that shot away, because we all know that if you give Disco a couple of goes at a shot like that, chances are he's going to get it. Unfortunately, well, if anything, she sort of framed it up a little bit more.
I think he's going to go big here, Disco.
Yeah, I just heard Paul Foster saying probably more get to the bowl first and then run onto the jack on the forehand side.
He's giving it the side eye.
He is.
And I reckon we might be on our way to a tie break. There's still room.
Here is about a metre, almost, yeah, pretty much a metre between Disco's toucher in the ditch and the jack.
And I think with Paul Foster having the last bowl, I think that helps because he'll know what he has to do to try and avoid a two. Even if they drop a one, it's okay.
Yeah, if Jack's able to draw two, being that there's only a metre to draw within, those bowls are going to have to be pretty close together.
I reckon he might have one here.
He's got to run. He's got to run it out. Maybe.
He's done it.
Yes.
That's one. But Paul Foster with the last bowl. You're going to back him in more often than not. Has this got the run? No, it doesn't. So Jack will want to put the pressure on now. Not create a target either.
Well, those two bowls in the front now are kind of protecting the last bowl Jack played. If he manages to play that same line and add 1.5 foot to 2 feet,
it's pretty quick. So,
just fallen in.
It was close. Paul Foster, can he alleviate some of the pressure? Force Jack into playing a bomb. Not sure if Paul sent this one either. It's coming. Oh, he might have.
There.
He might have sent it.
Oh, he's all the way
into
there.
The
he fell in.
So Jack McShane, this is huge. Can he lie match?
Somebody forgot their muffler at home, I think.
He's on a trot. It's a bit slower than the last one.
He's motioning it to stop. I think he's just going to go in.
It's trying to stop. It's trying. And that is going to be the set to the Jets.
Paul Foster really can't do much damage if he's just trying to draw the shot.
Yeah, get it for the shots up.
You never know. At the end of the tournament, it could be the difference. You're going to play this as if it really, really matters, and he's done a good job.
Oh, that's naughty. They're going to measure it as well.
Going to end up measuring.
So how much do they win the set by? Do they win it by 1 or do they win it by 4? Really close, enthralling battle. We are going to go to a tie break. And I'm really not sure who's going to win it. The Jets, 1 double to 2. So, 6 shots to 2. Off to a breaker. And it is a mat to the Melbourne eXtreme. Are we going to do it? Is Nick going to do it? We're going to set a Jack in the pit. Come on, Nick. Do it.
Jack McShane saying we're going T to T.
Oh, boo. So Brianna, McShane, Brianna, Carl and McShane. Worsnop, Wilson, Foster. That's the order. The Melbourne eXtreme have lost 2 tiebreaks so far this tournament. They are yet to win on this rink. The Jets have been pretty good on this rink. They did lose this morning. That's a handy start.
Yeah, especially after going fairly short for the majority of this game and then going bang out to T. Really got to commit yourself to making it a pretty hefty adjustment. JL just not quite committing to that one.
So what are your thoughts, Matty? If you had to tip.
Oh, call me splinters. I'm on the fence.
I have a feeling Jets with the last bowl. Sometimes that's what you need. And it could be some Paul Foster magic.
I'll say this, the first toucher, they'll win the end.
Okay. All right. What if there's 0 touches?
Then the closest bowl.
You're a diplomat. You go well in the UN. Secretary General Lucas. That's why they call you the captain.
Don't give me that kind of responsibility, mate.
So Nick Carl. This one, I reckon, is well pointed because we know his bowls like to turn. He's trying to get down. It's
a pretty good effort.
Yep. So the early ascendancy halfway through the tiebreak. We'll know once this bowl lies to rest.
Just not going to bend for him quick enough.
Yeah, but the thing is now they've got one behind. And I think Nick Carl needs to put one down there as well. Try and get one on the respot if possible.
Yeah, there's a bit of coverage in the front at the moment. Those two short bowls are sort of covering up the jack. I dare say Nick's just trying to really nail this now. Get his bowl over once. Well, it's a good shot. Does just give him the guide on the backhand. Anything inside of that will be the shot.
His backhands have been tricky. Disco giving it the look. He's pretty well pointed.
Just going to hang out on him, I feel.
Yeah, not turning, but he's put 2 past.
Well, nobody's touched the jack yet. What's going on?
How is the awareness from Jack McShane? He's so competitive. He just looks at the clock and says, no, that should be at 40 seconds, please. Intensity. Beyond his years, 20 years old. Enthralling battle. Currently the eXtreme holding sway. Their tiebreak record is quite handy. And Jack McShane knocks it over.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Could have potentially been a little bit better if he got a thinner part of that bowl. Got back to the jack. It still wouldn't look amazing for Paul Foster, although he does have just free access on the backhand. His hand is just starting to prove a little difficult to get back to the centre line.
What's trying? It is trying. So it looks like it's going to come down to Paul Foster's final bowl.
Yeah, Paul's given himself a chance as well. If he's, like we've seen a few bowls sort of hang out wide there, if he's still out there with his second bowl with reasonable weight, you know, he can use that bowl, he can chip off it, he can turn it in. Jack will be just looking to really nail this last one.
He's on the trot. Jack Reginald McShane puts it in a very nice spot. So now it's down to Paul Foster. What are we thinking, Matty? Is he getting it?
Don't know. I was just watching Disco then. I think he was saying sort of get through it on the forehand. Yeah, it's shaping up on the forehand, so he's going to try and get a bowl or two away here.
On the trot.
Gets it through the jack. He'll be all right.
Not sure if he likes it too much.
Oh,
Things
no.
are, oh boy. Oh my word. It's okay in the end. Mark Bellows breathes a huge sigh of relief. The panic went through. But the Melbourne eXtreme keep their tiebreak record alive. And my word, are they coming. They are 9-6 at BPL22. and would be undefeated if not for Aaron Sheriff in the second round of the day. They've beaten the Ospreys in the tiebreak. They've beaten the Jets in a tiebreak. They are looking pretty handy. And it's Nick Carl, Jack McShane, Brianna Smith and Mark Bullows as the coach that are forging into Thursday. They are 9-6 and sit in second spot before the night session starts. What a performance from these three youngsters. They will be elated with that, and the Jets, they'll have to recover. And I believe that's 0 from 4 today for Geelong. So they've got a lot of work to do when Thursday rolls around. That's all from us here at Rinkside Live today at Club Pine Rivers. But remember, if you're in the area, Matty Lucas, he's not feeling 100%, but he's going to stay. He's going to fight it out. He's going to be here for Bowls for Brisbane. Connor's going to be here for Bowls for Brisbane. He's got his mic off because he's eating his pizza. But big thank you to him today. Make sure you're here. Make sure you're watching Fox KO Sky Sports NZ, 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard, 10 o'clock daylight. I'm not doing all the time zones because we've got about 9 different at this time of the year, but there's so much to be excited for. Please support, become a Bowls for Brisbane Barracker, Aero giveaways, bucket hat giveaways. Everything's coming out. I'm going to be Oprah tonight, so please make sure that you're in the area. Matty, thank you.
Pleasure again, mate. Thank you.
Big thank you to Connor Munnings behind the scenes as well. The Melbourne eXtreme go 9-6 at BPL22. They are coming. Nick Carl's pretty happy. He's nodding. He's enjoying himself. And that's all we've got time for at Club Pine Rivers today. But 9 a.m. tomorrow morning is when you can join us once again at